How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to yet again another video. And I know I've been going super hard on the videos lately, once a day at least, but you know what, guys, we have hit 35,000 subs. If you've been following me for any amount of time, you know that we hit 25,000 subs legitimately like 10 days ago. So it's absolutely insane. You guys are nuts. So with that out of the way, let's get into the video. Today I'm going to be talking about the new ADS system because it is confusing everyone that has gone into the test server. You look at that advanced tab and you say, what am I supposed to do now? So first things first, if you guys do want to just revert it back to what it was before this new update, then I'm going to leave a calculator down below. It's this little website and they have the calculations on how to convert your sensitivities on all across the board back to what they were in the regular live servers of Siege. However, I would not recommend this, and I'm going to tell you why here in this video. But the way the old Siege system works with sensitivity is every scope had a different type of zoom factor, or rather a sensitivity modifier, not a zoom factor. Of course, they had different zoom factors. So throughout this video, when I'm talking all these numbers, I'm going to be referring to this Reddit post. I'm going to try to make it as simple as possible, and I will leave that link down below as well. So now back to why we should not use that calculator that I am showing you anyways. Well, first of all, let's talk about how the old system works. So the 1x scopes, which means the hollow, the red dot, the reflex on the old scopes, of course, like the ones that weren't added this season. So the FOV modifier was a 0.9 and the sensitivity modifier was a 0.6. And for ACOGs, it was a 0.35 and a 0.35, while glass scope, right, the DMR type scope, it was a 0.3 and a 0.3. So I did a lot of reading up on this and just to try to figure out what this actually truly meant. And basically it means you need to either sacrifice 1-to-1 ratio, right, 1-to-1 as an hip fire ratio for either your ACOG, or you're gonna have your 1Xs at a 1-to-1. But you can't ever have them both, and that's because that FOV modifier is different. ACOG and glass, they're pretty close, 0.35, 0.3. That's pretty close, but you're never gonna have that perfect 1-to-1. That is probably your goal at the end of the day whenever you're picking an 83 ADS or something like that. So that's why I would completely just scratch that calculator. Don't try to calculate your old sense because you don't want that inconsistency. You don't want your ACOG and your 1Xs to be different. So what the new system does, according to what I've been reading and according to other games, like Call of Duty had this, and I really noticed this focal length monitor distance type strategy. So I don't know all the math, and I'm not going to pretend like I know all the math, but I do know that it matches all of your scope sensitivities to your actual movement, so it does not matter what the FOV does. So as you guys know, when you zoom in with the ACOG, your FOV zooms in. Same thing with a 1X, but it zooms in less. So it doesn't matter how much it zooms, it's going to stay relative to what your scope actually is. So this is really useful for muscle memory. This helps build muscle memory. And that's because all your scopes are literally going to be the same exact sensitivity, unlike now where your 1Xs are different than your 3X ACOG. So in short, this helps build your muscle memory. That's all there really is to the new system. But for you guys that do not have any interest in learning how the new system works, or actually using the new system and have no intention of using the new system, then you could absolutely return to what you previously had. So I'm going to pop up this little table here with all the math that you'll ever need for converting your sensitivity back if you don't even want to mess with the new relative sensitivity. So the example he shows, right, it's the old ADS times 0.7, which will equal your new 1X. So right, he shows that if it was 50 ADS, it's now going to be 35 ADS for your 1X. So your 1X would be 35 if you previously had your main sensitivity at 50. Now as for your ACOG, it would be 60 because 50 ADS times 1.2 because it's a different coefficient. This is actually a confirmed fact. So if this is what you want to revert, use this exact formula because he actually confirmed this using the mousesensitivity.com calculator. But anyways, in theory, if you wanted your 1X and your 1.5X to feel the same, you would set them both at 35 if you were previously at 50 ADS. And that is using the previous table that we previously just showed. And the same thing with ACOG, so 2 and 2.5 sites, those would be both set to 60. These are always going to scale proportionally because that is how the new sensitivity system works. Now obviously no one knows that because they don't really state any description in game yet. Hopefully they add that to the live to make it a little bit more user friendly, because I had to do hours of research just to learn this stuff, which is kind of ridiculous to set my sensitivity in a video game. So basically that's all completely unnecessary if you just want to stick to a basic basic. So if you didn't understand any of that, my first recommendation would be to rewatch the video, of course, if you just wanted to actually have your sensitivity back and have it relative and have the muscle memory there and all that stuff. But honestly, I'm completely scratching the advanced tab. I'm not even touching it. It is absolutely trash in my books. Not really trash, but standard gives you anything that you ever actually wanted. It gives you a perfect 1-to-1 monitor distance and only gives you one slider to work with that dictates everything. And what that means is it makes it completely relative to your hip fire. So if you want your hip fire to always be consistent with your ADS, then make it just 50, just chill out there. But if you have no interest at all in using a monitor distance 1-to-1 like other games have, like even Call of Duty, if you've ever played Warzone, you probably were on relative and it was this exact thing. But anyways, on to something else, but it still relates kind of to ADS, sort of. It relates to your aiming, and I want to show you this if you have not seen this already, and it is absolutely nuts. For some people might just hate it, but I got this actually from Takil, I think that's how you pronounce his name, on YouTube. He's been absolutely blowing up on YouTube, so congratulations to him. But he made this new video and he showed this little trick. I don't know, he probably got it from somewhere maybe, or maybe he made it up. I have no idea. I'm not giving credit to anyone. This is just where I got it from. Thanks to someone actually in the YouTube comments in the last video. He linked me to this video and I just ended up watching it. It ended up turning out to be something I wanted to try out, and when I tried it out, I did not miss a headshot. And I would definitely encourage you to just at least give it a shot if you do like the whole dot look. So you can go into your interface preferences, right? And if you scroll all the way down and find the crosshair, you can turn that off. And what that does is make sure that your dot stays on the screen at all times. Now I'm hoping this never gets patched or anything, but this dot is also there whenever you're throwing frags, whenever you're throwing C4s, whenever you're doing anything. And that includes whenever you're doing a Zofia charge or Ash charge. You know, sometimes like a Zofia charge in specific, you'll see that there's like 3 dots and you never know which one to aim at unless if you actually know. But this completely eliminates that, just puts a dot and it's always accurate all the time. Now something else you can do, you don't have to do this, but you can make your color white and lower that opacity all the way down. The same thing works with black if you want to do black either way, or you could just lower your opacity on your color. And what this does is completely eliminate any type of reticle that you have. So if you don't like seeing like the new holo, some people are complaining about it, stuff like that, you don't have to see any of it. You'll just see the dot that you have actually on your screen before you even hit your ADS button, whatever that might be. So if you have access to the test servers, or if you're just waiting for the lives, test this out right when you're able to play and just see if it makes a difference for you in your aim. Compare it directly right when you get on. So anyways, guys, thank you again for linking me to this video, whoever that was. I don't know what who commented it exactly, but thank you. So if you guys do see cool stuff like this, let me know. Always link me to it. I'll take a look at it no matter who it's from. I don't care who it's from. If it's cool, I'm gonna link you guys back to it, try to get as many people to know and hop on this bandwagon, because obviously I'm trying to make everyone as best as they possibly can be. So just thought I would throw that in there instead of having to make a separate video or just not making a video at all. This is all about aim and how to improve your aim, and that really starts with your sensitivity system or settings within the new sensitivity system. So hopefully I explained that pretty well. I know it's complicated. It took me probably a good 10 reads before I actually understood what I was reading, but hopefully I simplified it up. If I did not, go ahead and check out that Reddit post that I linked down below. That should help out a little bit more, but all your key takeaways are you could just keep it at 50 and it'll be good. But if you do want to change it, then you have to follow the instructions that I stated in this video. So that's going to do it for me today. If you aren't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. I'm really trying to push up to 50,000. I know I usually don't annoy you guys into subscribing, but there are a ton of you guys that aren't subscribed. So go ahead and just hit that button. It is free. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next one. Have a fantastic day. Peace out.